Hi guys, Movie Demon here. Today, I'm going to explain a 2017 Korean mystery action movie called Fabricated City. Kwon is a skilled gamer. All of his in-game friends call him captain. He always leads and carries his team to victory. There are 7 members on his team including him. Although they all never meet in real life, they are still close and loyal friends. On the other hand, his real-life condition is the opposite of his gaming life. He is a jobless freeloader who always plays games at the internet cafe. His friends are insisting him to meet in person, but he is refusing like always because he has no money. One day, while playing at the internet cafe, an unknown phone is ringing at the booth next to him. He answers the phone, an unknown lady tells him that she left that phone and asks him to bring it to her. At first, he declines but she offers him $300. Because he is in need of money, he accepts and brings it to her at a hotel. There, he finds that the door is unlocked. He comes inside and finds the lady in the shower. That lady tells him to put the phone anywhere and goes upstairs to get his money on the bed. He puts the phone on the bed, picks up the money, and then leaves the room without even seeing the lady's face. The next morning, suddenly, the police raid his house and arrest him. There is a bloody knife on the floor. He is accused of raping and killing a minor. His fingerprint is found on the knife and on the hotel doorknob. His DNA and sperm are matched with the sample they took from the victim. His mother tries to prove his innocence, but no one believes her. Finally, he is convicted for sexual assault, murder, and desecrating a human corpse. The judge gives him life imprisonment without parole in maximum security prison. Ma also has some of the guards on his peril. In the prison, he gets bullied by the most influential prisoner, Ma Deok-soo, and his gang. Quan had enough and fights back, he headbutts Ma, making him fall and bleed. Seeing that, his gang hit him more before the guard came. But instead of punishing Ma's gang, they put Quan in the isolation cell for 30 days. After he comes out, Ma and his gang keep bullying him to the point he wants to kill himself. His mother finally visits him, she says to him to keep strong and don't give up. She got a piece of new evidence and a witness that can help him prove his alibi. This gives back his spirit and he tries to survive once again. A prisoner realizes that Kwon doesn't have the personality of a killer and decides to help him. Suddenly, his attorney visits him. He tells him that his mother has committed suicide. This makes him down once again. Ma's gang is scheming a prison riot to kill him, but in the midst of the riot's chaos, he is able to strike Ma with a knife in the face. After that, he stabs himself in the stomach. On the way to the hospital, he manages to escape. The news of his escape quickly spread and the police held a nationwide manhunt for him. He goes to his attorney, looking for help. But he can't help him. He gives him his mother's necklace just before he calls the police. But Quan manages to escape. He tried to search for more information about his case online, but he couldn't find anything. Suddenly, the computer he is using glitches. Someone is hacking the computer. It turns out that it's one of his in-game friends, Mr. Harry, who is a rookie hacker, trying to contact him. Mr. Harry tells him to go to a certain location to meet. When he meets Mr. Harry there, he becomes surprised because Mr. Harry is actually a cute shy girl. She asks him to follow her to a hideout. There he meets 3 more members of his team. Together, they try to prove his innocence. Mr. Harry found out a suspicious pattern in many of the recent cases. She found a white van in each scene. She traces the origin of the van and finds a link with a car junkyard. At the junkyard, they find the van. Around it, some suspicious men in a suit are doing something and drive the van away. Quan follows them to a condominium. The men in suits are carrying a suspicious instrument case from the house to the van. When he peeks inside the house, he sees a lot of people cleaning up a messy room full of blood. Quan, with his friend, follows the van into a high-security building. It turns out they have to sneak in there. One of them is disguised as a distraction and the other is hacking. They are commanded by Mr. Harry remotely. After that, Quan goes inside the room where the men in suits are coming. He finds the case and it turns out that there is a dead body of a famous actor inside the case. No longer after that, some people are coming and doing something suspicious. They recreate murdering scenarios by using fake evidence, like photos, hair, and even fingerprints, collected from innocent random girls. It turns out that when Quan is hiding, someone is watching him from a webcam there. He is Quan's attorney, the brain behind this illegal organization. Previously, the attorney got called by the chairman of one of the biggest companies in this country. Quan and his friends are trying to help an innocent girl who will be the victim behind the death of a famous actor, but Quan gets caught by Ma Deok, who was released by Quan's attorney in order to kill Quan. They bring Quan into an old warehouse and torturing him extremely. Quan can't go anywhere because Ma has so many subordinates. The moment he was going to be killed, the police surrounded them and broke in. Before that, it turns out Mr. Harry calls the police and pretends to be a girl who was kidnapped by a gangster. By taking advantage of the chaos that occurred, Quan managed to escape silently. The next day, Mr. Harry did a great job again by tracking the phone of the next framed victim. When someone calls the girl anonymously, they hear that conversation and Quan recognizes her sound. It appears that she is the same woman who called Quan at the internet cafe. They find out that the woman's office is the Quan's attorney's office. They are also scanning the office and reveal that there is a secret room where a huge server with high technology is there. Near the case will be revealed by the attorney's organization. The attorney got a call from his staff. Unexpectedly, the scenario that they recreated is messed up by Quan by changing the suspect's evidence with the attorney's photos. The next day, the police find the actor's dead body in the hotel, like what the attorney has been planning. There are also many reporters there that can't be handled by the police because the victim is a very famous actor. There is also the chairman's daughter, the real culprit, who was kidnapped by Quan and brought her there, which makes him very stressed and angry with Quan and his friends. But his anger turns into fear by seeing Quan is there and chasing him. With anger, Quan beats him brutally until his face is covered in blood. Quan also tries to duplicate the server's data to reveal his illegal crime business and also where the evidence of Quan's case was created. But the attorney suddenly smiled at Quan because his friends got caught by Ma Deok. Not only that, he also said that waiting to duplicate the server's data takes enough time to make his friends die. When Quan arrives at Ma Deok's place, he sabotages the electricity and tries to save his friends by knocking them one by one. They manage to leave the place, but Ma also chases them, helped by the attorney with his high-technology computer. Because they got cornered, Quan takes the lead and manages his team to execute his plan. His team can eliminate Ma Deok's team one by one. Even so, it appears that Quan is now being hunted by the police because of the news that was spread by the attorney. Quan can't go anywhere because there are too many police chasing him. Quan has been surrounded by police and arrested. On the other hand, the attorney looks very happy because he also frames him as the actor's murder. But his happiness changes into panic by seeing his computer got hacked because Quan's flash disk is also a transmitter, which is the tool that Mr. Harry used to access the server. Eventually, a couple of Quan's friends come and pretend to be news anchors. They reveal to this country through television that the famous actor's murder is the daughter of the chairman of a big company and his father calls the attorney to clean up everything because he runs an illegal crime business. They also reveal that Quan was framed by the attorney for killing a woman who was murdered by the son of Councillor Park. At the end of the movie, the attorney is arrested by the police. He also meets Ma is in jail and gets bullied. Meanwhile, Quan lives happily with his friends as a family without any distractions. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more such videos.